Yo, it's Dat Nez dropping another in-kitchen review on y'all. And this is going to be the unboxing and review tour of the the Primula cold brew iced coffee maker with the brewing filter core. Okay, I'll put the links in the description as to where you can get this. So with that being said, let's just get right into it. Okay, this is the front of the box. I'll pan down so you can see it. Brew best iced coffee, no bitterness. 65% less acidic than hot brewed coffee. And it comes with the spinning flavor mixer. And this is the 1.6 quart version. Okay. On the top, we have some more logos and artwork. On the side, the right side I should say, just have a little bit of information as to how this situation works. You can pause that and read it for yourself. You know I ain't doing it. On the left side, some more information. Again, you can pause and read it for yourself. On the back of the box is the same as the front, except it's in what looks to be Spanish for all your Spanish speaking people. You can have it that. And then on the bottom of the box, we have your barcode and some other information. Flip it over so you can kind of see what that looks like. This is where it was made, I guess, Boca Raton, Florida. So with that being said, let's just get right into this bad boy. Bear with me, people. I am doing this one-handed. Don't want to tear the box up, just in case I have to return something. As you see, the last unboxing I did of the Gibson 13 piece mug and plate set, one of the plates was broken, so I may end up returning that back. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, but we're in this box now, so let's start taking parts out. Okay, this looks like the core where all the coffee is going to go. The coffee reservoir itself, and looks like your normal manuals and stuff. You know how I feel about that. I ain't reading that shit. Okay, let's set that to the side there, and let's get into this. Okay, this is the reservoir itself. Set that like that for a second. Okay, pick this back up. It's hard to do this one-handed, so just kind of bear with me. Okay, so what I was trying to do here basically was loosen up. It was pretty tight. This twists off, and this is the cap. And then in here, it looks like your reservoir. Do it like that. It mixes up whatever concoction you want to do. But this screws out. This screws out also if you choose to keep that in there. Probably won't ever use that. Me personally, I don't know. I can never say never. I gotta screw this part off here. Okay, and that has like the rubber seals going around it for to make that airtight seal. And you got some plastic there. Put that back there. Okay, I didn't have to screw that. I was gonna pull it right out, but and this screws in there once you get the core in there. But before we do that, check out the core. There goes the actual coffee core up in this piece. Sorry, I hit the stop button by accident. That's what happens when you do things one-handed. Okay, and here we have the coffee core itself. So you put the coffee in there, and this is a really fine mesh. And when you're doing cold brew, you actually need it to be a real fine mesh. They actually suggest that you strain it twice because you have to get out all of the sediment. You know, you want to get out. You actually, you know, obviously you're doing a coarse grind when you grind your beans, or if you buy the coffee, you want to buy a coarse grind. But then after you strain all that off, you want to pour it through like a cheesecloth or paper towel, something like that, something that's really fine grained, in order to make sure you get all of the coffee residue. Don't mind my dog Jeter back there. He's back there trolling again, as usual. You know, Jeter just be trolling. Anyway, so this is as you can see, this is a really fine mesh there. So there shouldn't be any need for me to double strain this. It should just be whatever I put in there. When I pull this core out, that should be good enough, and I should be left with coffee, cold brew coffee goodness. So now what I do is I put this in here like this. As you can see, there's little grooves right there, and when you look in there, there's little grooves to the side over there. So this slides right in, and then you screw it in. Slides right in like that, and then you screw it in like so, bam, and then you push that down, bam, just like that, boom, and then that goes in just like that. And then you go ahead and pop your lid in there, you screw it on nice and tight, and then that gives you your airtight seal. Bear with me, one-handed, remember. So now I got an airtight seal, and so that way, when you're not pouring your coffee, you screw it nice and tight, and it preserves the cold brew goodness there. Take this back out. What I'm going to do, most of the videos that I watch on making cold coffee, they generally recommend a 1:6 ratio or a 1:7 ratio, and then that provides you, you let that steep. Cold steep in the refrigerator for about 12 to 24 hours. Obviously, the longer you let it steep, the richer the coffee is going to be, and the less bitter your coffee will be. This is a really fine mesh, and when you're doing cold brew, you actually need it to be a real fine mesh. They actually suggest that you strain it twice because you have to get out all of the sediment. You want to get out. You actually, obviously you're doing a coarse grind when you two-part something, depending on how strong you like it. But, or if you're hardcore, you could just drink it straight up like an espresso shot. It's going to be really strong because it's supposed to be like a concentrate, a coffee concentrate, which you're left with. But I could talk about this all day, but I'm going to end this video on that note right there. With that being said, real quick, hold on, before I end this video, let me grab out the thing. Hold on, we back in. Let me take the core back out real quick, and here goes the mixer. So when you have, if you want to put anything in your coffee, like after your cold brew concentrate, you can already pre-mix it. Just drop that in there, screw it in there. Now that bad boy's in there, and that's going to adequately mix your iced coffee and whatever cream or chocolate or caramel or whatever you decide that you want to mix in there with the coffee, and then it'll be adequately mixed. And then you just pull that out. Everything is machine washable, dishwasher safe, I should say, and not machine washable. That's like a washing machine, but everything is dishwasher safe, and there we go. So with that being said, I'm that Brunez, and this is the Primula cold brew coffee maker. I say cop that. I only paid what did I pay for it? Did I pay $20? I paid $21, 22, like $25, 25 or $27. I think it was like 25. I paid $25 on Amazon. All right, I'll throw the link in the description if it's still that price, but it's somewhere around there. It's definitely not more than 30, but I think I paid 25 on Amazon. All right. Well, I just finished making my first batch of cold brew coffee, and I have to say that the process was extremely easy. I wish I had thought about doing this video before dumping out all the grinds, but pretty much I used 1 cup or 8 ounces of grinds, filled it up in there. I used about 4 tablespoons of chocolate, you know, and that's how I got my little chocolate coffee. Now in the morning, all I gotta do is add me like 1 pump of caramel, you know, with a half cup of coffee, and then a half a cup of water and some ice. Boom, there it is. But this is very, I wanted to point out that this is very easy to clean. All I had to do was basically just do that, and all the grinds came right out. And then I rinsed it off in the sink there, and just to ensure you get all the grinds out, down here this screw actually screws off, and so that way you can get everything out, you know. Boom. So it makes cleaning this thing very effortlessly, and you don't have to do much more than rinsing this bad boy out, especially if you're gonna keep you know, brewing more. So what I'm probably gonna do is dump this in some mason jars, because this is my little cold brew concentrate there. I'm gonna dump that in a mason jar, and or some kind of sealed container, and then I'm gonna start up my next batch of cold brew. And what I'll do with that is I'll actually I'm actually gonna film that and make a how to make cold brew simple way using the Primula or Primula, however you want to say it, system here. So I just want to, you know, point that out. And if I wanted to, I could actually just leave it stored in here, because with the way this screws on, it's pretty airtight. And that's what my little chocolate cold brew looks like. Boom, you know. So you can experiment with this many ways and make whatever kind you like, you know. I used to go to Dunkin' Donuts every day and get myself a little caramel mocha iced coffee, and then I started getting me a little caramel mocha cold brew. Now make my own. I made my little mocha cold brew, 1 pump of caramel, no milk, no nothing. Boom, done. So I'm gonna end the video on that note. Throw this back on here, screw it on. Simple as that. I'm trying to hold the phone and do it. As you can see, it screws right on, and boom, that's where your coffee drains out at the bottom there. So with that being said, I'm that Bruh Nez, and this has been a review of the Primula or Primula cold brew coffee maker, and I'm out this piece.